All right, today we're diving into Edith Wharton's classic, The Age of Innocence. Now, this is a story about a world that looks perfect on the outside, all shimmering and beautiful, but it's built on a foundation of rules. So many unspoken rules that choosing what you truly want means going to war with your entire world.
So, just imagine this for a second. You have everything you've ever been told to want. You've got the status, the money, the perfect fiancé. Your future is this straight, clear path right in front of you. But what if following that path means you have to give up the person you really are? That's the huge question we're going to be digging into.
And this quote, wow, it just perfectly sets the mood, doesn't it? It gets right to that feeling of quiet desperation that's hiding just beneath this flawless surface. You're in a world where everyone's playing a part, and being real, showing genuine emotion, well, that's the biggest taboo of all.
Okay, so to really get this story, we have to understand the world it's set in. Let's take a trip back in time to the super wealthy but incredibly strict high society of 1870s New York.
You know, they called this period the Gilded Age, and for a really good reason. On the outside, everything was just shimmering with gold. New fortunes, huge parties, fancy customs. But the thing about Gilded is, it's just a thin layer of gold on top. Underneath all that sparkle, it was basically a cage made of social expectations.
And these were the invisible bars of that cage. These weren't laws you could look up in a book. They were the unwritten rules you were just born into. It was never about what you felt inside. It was all about what you did and how things looked to everyone else. If you broke one of these rules, you were done. Socially, you were an outcast.
And this is our guy, Newland Archer. He is a total product of this system. He's successful, he's respected, and he seems perfectly happy to follow the script that's been written for his entire life, no questions asked.
So what's the next scene in this perfectly laid out script? Well, his engagement, of course.
Newland is engaged to a woman named May Welland, and she is the absolute poster child for this world. She's beautiful, she's seen as pure, and she has basically been trained her whole life to be the perfect wife, to run a household, smile at all the right times, and to never, ever rock the boat. She is tradition in human form.
But just as Newland's future is about to be locked in, something happens. A disruption arrives, and it threatens to shake up his entire perfect world.
And this is her, Countess Ellen Olenska. She's May's cousin, and she's done the one thing you are never supposed to do. She's left her husband. Now, in 1870s New York, a woman who is separated is a walking, talking scandal. She's a threat to the tidy, predictable order of everything.
And this right here, this lays out the two paths Newland can take. On one side, you've got May. She represents the safe, honorable life he's supposed to want, a life of duty. And on the other side, you have Ellen. She is everything his world is terrified of: passion, independence, and a life driven by real, messy desire. She's a peek into a totally different reality.
So Newland gets the job of helping his family manage the Ellen situation. But as he gets to know her, he finds himself drawn to her in a way he never, ever expected. And it starts a war inside him.
Now, their relationship isn't some quick romance. It's a really slow burn. At first, he's just doing his duty, you know? But he pretty quickly sees that Ellen has a mind and a spirit that challenge everything he's ever believed. Their bond becomes this intense, emotional affair, happening right under the noses of a society that refuses to see it, all while the clock is ticking down to his wedding with May.
And this brings us right to the heart of it. He can have this life of passion and realness that he's starting to crave with Ellen, but it means blowing up his reputation, his future, and hurting the totally innocent May. Or he can stick to his promise and live a comfortable lie. I mean, what's the right choice here?
So what does he do? We're at the novel's absolutely heartbreaking climax now, and the decision that is going to define the entire rest of his life.
So get this. Just as he's about to finally break free, the system closes in. He makes his choice. He's gonna be with Ellen. But before he can even tell May, she makes this perfectly timed, innocent-sounding announcement. She's pregnant. It's the checkmate move, all quietly orchestrated by the family to make sure he does the right thing. The trap just snaps shut. He's cornered by duty, by honor, and by the idea of a future child. He marries May.
And then, poof, the story makes a massive jump forward. 26 years. A whole lifetime really just goes by.
We see Newland now, an older man. He lived the life he was supposed to. He was a good husband, a good father. His marriage to May was exactly what it was meant to be. Stable, respectable, but completely empty of the passion he once tasted. Now May has passed away, and his son arranges for him to finally, after all these years, see Ellen again in Paris.
He goes to her apartment building. He stands outside on the street below. And in this just devastating final moment, he sends his son up alone. He chooses to let the memory of Ellen stay perfect and untouched, rather than face the reality of who they've both become.
And this line, this just says it all. In that one moment, sitting on that bench, the entire weight of a life of unspoken feelings, of what-ifs, of missed chances, it all just comes crashing down on him. He chose duty, and the price was a lifetime of quiet, buried regret.
Which leaves us with this one last really powerful question. The title itself is a kind of puzzle. Is the Age of Innocence about that naive, old-fashioned society that just couldn't handle the truth? Or is it about Newland's own life, a life he chose to protect, to keep innocent of messy, real experience, and in doing so, left it forever unlived?